has changed. It's no longer about nations, ideologies, or ethnicity. It's an endless series of proxy battles fought by mercenaries and machines. War and its consumption of life have become a well-oiled machine. War has changed. ID tag soldiers carry ID tag weapons, use ID tag gear, nanomachines inside their bodies enhance and regulate their abilities. Genetic control, information control, emotion control, battlefield control, everything is monitored and kept under control. War has changed. The age of deterrence has become the age of control, all in the name of averting catastrophe from weapons of mass destruction. And he who controls the battlefield controls history. War has changed. When the battlefield is under total control, war becomes routine. I know what I just said sounds like something we're going through right now, but I got it from a video game. Let's play a war game. Let's say Russia has attacked the United States. It's 2024. They release a EMP, nuclear EMP, over the area of Washington, D.C. An electromagnetic pulse happens. All electricity is severed. Your car doesn't start. Your phones don't work. Electricity's cut off. The hospitals are down. We're talking all electric, or electricity is shut off. You're 25 miles from work.
You blew it.
You have to get home and reach your family. Invasion is imminent, but you do not know that's what's about to happen. All you know is that anything electric doesn't work. How long will it take you to get home from your job? How will you get there? Can you get there? And are you prepared to get there? Chaos in the streets. Bad people taking advantage of this opportunity. Good people just trying to survive. This is part of preparedness. Are you prepared for anything that can happen? Are you taking all of your skill set, your mindset serious? And can you apply it to your daily life? Now, people who take preparedness and that mindset serious, they have something called the bug out bag, or they have the get home bag. There's a lot of bags that we have, and for different scenarios, right? And so it's important that you know this terminology if you're going to take prepping serious in any type of manner. A bug out bag is when you leave your home location. You have to leave because something serious is going on, and you have to go, and you have a plan, right? So you can't bug out without knowing where you're going. If you have a bug out bag and you don't have a plan, you defeat the purpose of the bug out bag. A get home bag is a bag that you have in your car or place of work that if you had to walk from your place of work to your house, that 25 miles or so, whatever it is, you can get there. You have what you need, whether it be water, food, a flashlight, cordage, anything to cut with, whatever you need, extra pair of socks, a poncho in case it rains. These are get home bags. This is something I think that should be important for you. Understand the terminology if you don't understand anything else. Get home bag, bug out bag. And then you have the opportunity or option to bug in. There's bugging out, which is leaving your home with your family, which is not recommended. Or there's the action of bugging in, which is hunkering in, hunkered down. You have all your supplies in your house, hopefully. You stay in your house, you wait out the storm. Bugging in is waiting out the storm. Bugging out is getting out of your location because you have to. 2020 George Floyd riots. The people who were in that location had to get out of their homes. They had to go somewhere. Did they have a plan? I'm so curious. Right? These are things that we probably think to ourselves we would never have to do. 2020 showed otherwise. It's important as someone who's prepper minded that they run the war game scenarios through their mind and they prep for the war games. What's most likely to happen in your community? Do you live in an apartment building? Do you live in the suburbs? Do you live in a rural area? These are things to take note of. History has shown us that population density is detrimental to people who plan on surviving or sustaining themselves long term. If you live in a populated, dense area, your chances of survival are very low. I'm not going to give you a statistic because I don't know it, but it's common sense. In most cases of political unrest, you have to leave population density. With that being said, I'm just teaching you that the importance of understanding your location, understanding how your area impacts your health, your well-being, and your family. I'm not telling any of y'all to just get up and leave and go into the woods and start hiding. I'm not fear-mongering. I'm not trying to cause you to be afraid. We do not have the spirit of fear. I know those who know what I'm talking about is going to understand that. It's not about being fearful. It's more so about being aware. Be aware and be prepared of what's to come. And so that's it. I really don't want to get too much into bug out bags, bug in bags, when to deploy them, when not to deploy them. But it's just something to keep in mind when it comes to maneuvering in many different ways that you can as someone who's into preparedness, right? And these are the things that I want to stress with y'all, and hopefully you get the gist of it. There's a lot of places on YouTube that all y'all can go for details of a bug in bag or a bug out bag or when to bug out or the indicators, things that'll tell you when to bug out.
You blew it.
These are the things that y'all should kind of do some homework and research on yourself. So when I'm speaking about them, you'll know what I'm talking about. The next thing I want y'all to be conscious of is, like I said, the lifestyle of a prepper. When you decide that you're going to start preparing, you got to keep in mind what you're preparing for. We do not have a vast amount of resources. We do not have a vast amount of manpower and mental space to prepare for every single scenario that can ever happen on the planet. You have to look for indicators. You got to forecast. You have to know what's going to come. That's where us, as a Christian, I believe that the Lord speaks, and he speaks to us in future tense. But these are the things that you have to know before you start prepping. So the sole purpose of this video is just to kind of get you all in the mindset of just the immediate things that could happen. Let's just say natural disaster. I live in an area where there's a lot of snowfall. We've had blizzards that knock the power out for 2 weeks. Am I prepared for something like that every winter? We get hurricanes over here that can also knock the power out. Am I prepared for something like that if that does happen? You don't have to be prepared for world events, even though you should, but you should start with the things that do happen seasonally. You should be well aware of what happens in the place you're in, at the place you're at, in what season. Understand that. Prep for that starts with the little things. Can you get home in a natural disaster? Can you make it to your place of refuge if you have to with the people that you love? Get into that mindset. Once you start understanding that the little things can kind of throw your day, and you start preparing for those little things and how to maneuver around them, then you can get the big things like world events and storing grain like China has been doing for the past 10 years because they know what's to come. That's another topic, but get in the mindset of that. Let's come back. Wait for the next video. I got something special for you.
You blew it. Capiche?